On this week's GTA 5 o'clock, it's finally out. We round up everything from launch week, our stories, your stories, sales, secrets, Easter eggs and more. We reveal our plans for even more brilliant video content in the days and weeks to come. Oh, and we show you how to fistfight a shark. It's still the only weekly GTA 5 YouTube show you need. It's this week's GTA 5 o'clock. Hi, welcome to this week's edition of GTA 5 o'clock. I'm Tim Weaver. I'm here with Dan Dawkins as usual. Hello, Dan.
Hello there.
So, exciting week this week, Dan. The game's out. People are tweeting us, getting in touch, telling us how much they're enjoying it, shouting at us for vaguely even spoiling anything, asking us lots of questions. It's just amazing to have it finally out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I feel a little bit like I'm so excited and so much is happening every day. I am waking up genuinely excited to see new secrets, new videos, new links, to go home and play it, to try and eat. I'm having a problem fitting that in at the moment.
Yeah.
I want to say huge thanks to everyone in the GTA 5 o'clock community who's tweeted pics of themselves in launch queues, pictures of themselves holding the game, shared links for the stuff they've done. It's been a phenomenal response, and I think it's fairly safe to say that people absolutely love the game.
Yeah. I think we were pretty overwhelmed with shots of a hand holding a copy of a box, which is not to disparage those people who sent those in, of course, but lots and lots of people were as excited about getting hold of GTA 5 as we were, and that's perfectly understandable. It's brilliant to see it out there. It's nice, to be honest, to be able to discuss it with people and actually see, how much we got right on the show, perhaps the stuff that we didn't. At some point, we'll probably take a more detailed look at that. We will continue to keep the show relatively spoiler-free, I think, for the time being, because there are people like me who are big spoiler babies who don't want stuff ruined for them.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to play it. And I mean, this show really is going to be about taking stock of everything that's happened in the mad last couple of days, talking about the future of GTA 5 o'clock, talking about how you can help shape it, throwing around a few little Easter eggs that we'll prime with big spoiler alerts in advance.
Yep.
But like Tim says, we, like you, are still actively playing the game, and the last thing we want is to drop out a mega spoiler. I mean, even though the internet was rife with it on the weekend, we don't want to contribute to that in any major way. And again, huge apologies if any video on our site has caught you off guard. So we've tried to flag them as spoilers. It's not our intention to do that.
Okay, so please do subscribe so you can keep up to date with videos and weekly editions of GTA 5 o'clock. You can follow us on GTA V o'clock on Twitter. Dan, still a lot of people asking us what's next for the show. Obviously, the house was built on informed speculation. Yeah. Now the game's out. There's not so much speculation to be made. So what are we going to do in the future, and how are we going to progress the show?
I like the idea that our house was built on informed speculation.
Yeah.
Starship built a city on rock and roll.
They did.
I feel like we got the bum deal here.
We did, but hey, what would you rather have? An informed speculation about the biggest game on Earth, or a house made from rock and roll? A city made from rock and roll.
It's a confusing dilemma that we should all take to our graves.
Yeah,
Until then, let's talk about the immediate future of GTA 5 o'clock. Right now, as you'll know, on the CBG YouTube channel, you will be inundated with videos to do with GTA 5 o'clock, and even I'm finding it overwhelming trying to wade through the sea of content we've got right now. Now, we're going to try and explain the key strands we're going to be delivering over the immediate week or two. Now, that breaks down into 6 key threads, right? Now, number 1 is going to be our missions strand, where we're going to run, hopefully completely spoiler marked if it's the case, but the tile cards would be, safe and to look at. We're going to run through every single mission in GTA and explain how to do it. So that's going to be our meat and bread. That's going to be done. That's one strand. The second strand is side missions and activities, which takes in things like Strangers and Freaks, some of the sports. Anything that sounds like a side mission will go in that thread, and we're going to completely do solutions and guides to all of that. That's number 2. Number 3 is it's us. It's GTA 5 o'clock.
Yep.
GTA 5 o'clock, as it's been known for a long time, 5 p.m. BST on a Wednesday, will continue for the foreseeable, if not infinite in terms of my own Mindscape future.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to deliver, and what we hope we've always been good at is analysis. And I say speculation, some of that not so much to an extent because the game's out, but we'll deliver analysis of what we can see in the game, which could be things like we discussed the other day. We'll go into Jimmy's bedroom, virtually and pull apart the meaning of all the different posters, different things within the world. It's so deep and so rich that when you consider we did 10 months of shows based on crumbs, now we've got like the loaf factory.
Yeah.
It's going to take quite a while to pull all that apart. So we're going to be bringing you a lot more of that, a lot more of the in-depth stuff you expect from GTA 5 o'clock. We're also going to be collating the best of the world's videos, links and community stuff, and acting as like a community hub for all the stuff you're sending us and any of the competitions and challenges we run. But this is kind of, the Pillar Show on Wednesday is our meeting point for GTA 5 o'clock. And as I say, 5 p.m. BST on a Wednesday. I think that is 9 a.m. Pacific time and 12 p.m. Eastern District time. Because again, huge shout out to the US audience. So that's strand number 3. Strand number 4, Deep Breath, is we've got... I've even forgotten myself.
WTF, Dan?
Yes, WTF. Now, this hasn't launched yet. We're going to do a new strand, which sort of we're not going to say too much about, but it's going to be a way to wrap up all the crazy, unique, weird, fun, mad videos that we're producing from GTA 5 o'clock. You'd have seen some of those on the channel already, not uniquely badged, and they are things like, for example, Tim and I went hunting a shark yesterday afternoon, which was really fun, and it was just us trying to... Well, the idea was to stab a shark to death in the open waters, brilliantly after like literally 3 hours of faffing around, trying to steal the right boat, going up and down the coast, trying to find the shark, swimming up and down, drowning like an idiot. We went to fight the shark and we hadn't packed a bloody knife.
Yeah, that was the slight downside. It was, though, better for it, I thought, Dan, as you foolishly tried to punch a shark in the nose constantly. I don't want to spoil the video too much because it's definitely worth a look, as is another video Dan and I did where we attempted to go and steal a tank from a military base and failed spectacularly.
Yeah, that was great fun. There was a video that went up on Kotaku, a popular video game website, where they made it look very, very easy to steal a tank within the first 5 minutes of playing GTA 5. So we went, this is great, we'll do the same thing. 3 hours later, once again, lots of any activity you try where you start with massive enthusiasm and eventually you start to get doubts, then the room goes a bit quiet and weird, then people leave and it's all a bit of a slump and sadness. That's where we got to, and so we thought in the end, let's just show people how it is. It's really hard to steal a tank from Fort Zancudo. That video is also on the site. Hopefully the link on screen. Lots more stuff like that. Stuff like when we leapt off Mount Chiliad, and with a guy, Ian Wilson, who works with us, who's also known in his other life as Mr. Trophy. Because he used to work with me on a magazine called PSM3, where his life would be literally collecting platinums on every single game.
Yeah, he loves it.
The man eats games. So he leapt
literally
off Mount...
eats them.
I mean, he should eat food.
He should do food, really, but he does games instead.
But it's good for us. And he leapt off Mount Chiliad and tried to land on the roof of a passing truck 5,000 foot below. Again, look at the site to see how that worked out. So that's going to live under its own umbrella on the site. That was what, number 4?
Yeah.
Number 5 is we're going to have GTA 5 o'clock live. Now this is sort of been demoed already, that when Tim and I did our first hour playthrough of the game, that's going to be kind of the vibe of the live episodes, where we're going to do live stream plays or sort of recorded live plays of us taking on a task, checking out a game. When GTA Online comes out at the start of October, that's what GTA 5 o'clock live is
I'll really come into it soon.
All about. And strand 6, Tim, collectibles, which will be all the stuff in the game you need to hoover up in order to get 100%. So that will be like finding the mysterious parts, finding the letters. We're not telling you exactly what they are because, again, we don't want to spoil it. So that's 6 key strands of the show as we move forward. Again, that's only the beginning. We'll continue what we're doing every Wednesday.
Okay, so this is the beginning, Dan, as you just stated correctly. And the beginning means the launch of the game. And we asked people to send in their photos of them collecting the game, the excitement on their faces, their experiences of playing the game for the first couple of hours. And it seems to have gone down really well, as you'd expect. And the launch is hugely successful, as you'd expect.
Yeah, hugely successful. We'll be running on screen as we speak. There's a montage of like 30 to 50 little twit pics you sent us. Most of them, as Tim says, are like manicured hands holding an identical copy of the game. A few of them, there's one worth shouting out, that there's a guy who got his dad to wear the Los Santos hat
Awesome.
That's a really sweet picture.
Yeah.
A few people took fun little selfies. I even did on the night of the game coming out a selfie where I positioned myself in front of Michael doing a selfie and did a selfie.
That is meta.
Oh, mental. So, that kind of thing. So there's lots of those shots on screen. Lots of people queued up for the night. Some guys mailed us from GameStops in the US where they were holding live food and DJ parties. Other people went to their local GameStop and found literally no one queuing and just went straight in. Other people said it was mad.
Yeah, there have been a few stories about that. There have been some people who said that, they had to queue around the block. Other people have said they literally walked into their local, video games emporium and found no one there, which seems bizarre to me.
Yeah, it does really seem to be where you live and the location, because some places like Birmingham's Bullring, they were pretty huge crowds to get the game. It's big, inner city centre, you'd expect that. Some sort of sensationalist tabloid stories off the back of it. We're not really going to talk about the game's controversial scene and some of the conflab around that, but there was things like UK, tabloid with aspirations, the Daily Mail, but it's well known for various reasons. They span a story out talking about, it was like the GTA 5 mugging.
Yeah.
But when you read the actual story, what it was, a guy had been to the shop, bought his game, and on the way home got mugged.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a really terrible thing, but
we got stabbed, I think.
He got stabbed, and it's terrible and it's sad. But again, the spin made it sound like GTA 5 had caused that to happen, where it sounded like GTA 5 happened to be attached to a mugging. But I don't want to trivialise that in any way or make light of it, because that's obviously an incredibly serious and very sad thing.
Yeah.
Lots of different sensational stories. Some incredible stories from retailers who, clearly smelling the honey from the pot, went absolutely crackers. Most notably, global tax-dodging conglomerate Amazon, who basically put the game out for sale like a day or two early. Because I guess for them, if they can avoid paying UK tax, they certainly don't care what Rockstar says about an advisory statement of not selling the game early.
No, a lot of people were saying that they got their copy from Amazon on the Saturday. So that's 1, 2, 3 full days before the game was even on shelves.
That's exactly. The Amazon tanker tramples atop everything, even GTA 5.
I get the sense you're not a big fan of Amazon.
No, I'm not. I use Amazon. I'm just saying that it is reported that they've dodged tax and they literally didn't care about the best wishes of Rockstar, which again was advisory, but they just literally didn't care. Now, UK second-hand retailer CEX, this is naughty.
Yeah.
They got copies of the game and let people buy them a day or two early. This is what's been reported, but for £75 each.
That is some price.
Well, that's some naughty pricing, because that's above RRP by breaking the rules to make money. I mean, that's in the spirit of GTA, I suppose.
That's a standard copy, not a collector's or special edition. Obviously not a collector's edition, but not a special edition. Standard copy.
And of course, similar things happened on eBay where people were trying to cash in and sell copies early for £99, special editions for £190. It's just classic naughty behaviour. Classic stuff from young kids as young as 11 being pictured kissing and crying, holding aloft their copy of a game that involves lots of murderising.
Yeah, I mean, that is concerning, as us as parents. Don't want to get all moralistic about it, but, 10, 11-year-old kids with a copy of GTA 5, having played the game a little bit, I'd say this is probably the most violent GTA game yet. And not always, the violence doesn't always necessarily feel pantomime and fun like it might have done in previous versions. And for people of that age to get hold of this game really is quite concerning.
I mean, last night I'd been playing this with my wife floating around the lounge, not like a ghost, but like a person
on your shoulders.
Yeah, doing various different things, and she's overheard me playing it, and I was playing sections with Franklin and Michael, where obviously there's quite liberal swearing, particularly when Michael interacts with Trevor and again with Lamar. Now, she was pretty shocked by that, but last night I was playing the Trevor sections, which I won't spoil, but if you've played them, the language is astonishingly sweary. It's sort of like, breaking all-time swear records, effectively. Like, it's incredible. I'm trying to think of the movie with the biggest amount of swears ever. What was it? The F-bomb record.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, never mind. But it's really enormous. Maybe it was Pulp Fiction.
No, I think it was another one. I can't remember, but anyway, it beats that.
I digress. But it's up with that. Plus, it's breathtakingly, abrasively violent, to the point where it's pretty unsettling. I think the violence is designed to shock, and it really is on the edge. And that's without even talking about the scene that everyone's talking about. So, it's certainly not a game for an 11-year-old. And I'm sure there's 11-year-olds listening to this who are midway through their latest rampage saying, I'm absolutely fine. But just for me personally, I just feel...
Oh, yeah, I'm deeply uncomfortable with that.
Uncomfortable with that. So, yeah, that's, again, that's a picture of launch. On top of that, obviously, the game got reviewed ad infinitum with, hey, it used to be just us talking about this game. Now it's only everybody and their grandma chipping in with their 10 pence lick to the party on GTA 5. Lots of whiffle about its cultural significance, phrases designed for pure hyperbole, like I've read, there's some guy, and I won't finger him particularly, but he's like a classic renter quote, and he'd said something like, Rockstar said lofty expectations for this game, and they haven't met them. Because they've exceeded them in the classic,
amazing writing.
I want to get on the poster with the world's biggest waffly cliche.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of stuff. It's out there. And hey, I've no doubt if you fine comb through the verdict show we did, I talk some proper nonsense.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
It is. Let's be honest. It is an incredible game. I mean, that's not hyperbole. It is an incredible game. I mean I know we've gone on about it since we very first saw the game, but the scale and ambition of that game is really quite incredible. I mean, it is unrivaled. Certainly in this generation, I'd argue in any generation. So it is right up there. It's completely not surprising that it has ripped Metacritic's scoring system apart with so many high scores.
Yeah, I mean, its Metacritic is currently the joint highest Metacritic video game score of all time. It's sitting at 98%. That is only matched by, drumroll, GTA 4.
Yeah, and yet, for me, this game is so far beyond what GTA 4 was. I mean, I know that they're, quite a few years apart now, but even if you take them separately and, comparing the world of GTA 5 with the world of GTA 4, they're just not. I mean, it's just not even in the same bracket. I mean, GTA 4 is so far behind what they've achieved in GTA 5. It is incredible, really, that in the relatively short period of time between the two games, they've been able to hit such, incredible highs. I don't want to get into that sort of... they've exceeded them style.
Yeah. They haven't just beaten them, they've exceeded them.
But, it is to me, even to me, who's like seen the game, probably, very fortunately for me, more times than a lot of people got to see it before it came out. I was expecting it to be great, but I really, having played it and spent time in that world, it really is as good as we'd hoped it would be.
Yeah, we said it on Monday in the verdict show, which you can check out, when I talked to Andrew Kelly, who reviewed it for CVG. I think we were just both blown away that, having studied the game for so long, it did exceed expectations, and I'm genuinely excited every night to go home and play it. I'm thrilled to be playing it with Tim in work and with various other people. The videos we're doing are great fun. Like, when it sounds like I'm hamming up some comedy laugh in our Jackass style videos, I'm genuinely laughing my ass off because it's that funny.
Yeah.
It's that good. So yeah, obviously critics went mad. As I predicted on my Twitter account, I'd said I expect an unprecedented sea of 10s, one contrary 7, and some vague chinny, rubbing, grumbling about the moral content.
Yeah.
All of that has come to pass, and I think the 7 turned out to be a 3.5 out of 5 from The Escapist.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, 3.5 out of 5 isn't a terrible score. It's just unusual in the context of a game that's unusually praised. I'm not here to debate what people should or shouldn't say about things, because, hey, that's their opinion, and even that is another conversation. But, that was always going to happen.
Okay, so we had the launch, we've had the reviews. Next, we've had a few little secrets and the beginnings of the GTA urban myths creeping out. In this early stage, we're talking about the blacklight stroke map stuff, which for people out there who don't know,
should we warning a tiny spoiler warning?
Tiny spoiler warning. We're not going to go into depth about this because I don't want it spoiled for myself either. But basically, with the collector's edition, is that right, Dan? The collector's edition, you've got a map. If you put a black light on it,
what's a black light to people who don't know?
Black light is like a UV light.
Yeah.
So
which we've all got.
Yeah, which you all
use all the time.
You know, lying around at home in our lair, along with all the dead bodies.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put a UV light on it. It shows secret messages on it. Basically, locations of stuff. And there's one message in particular, which people who follow our Twitter will know. We put a shout out about it, because we were convinced that it was actually not on the map at all, that it was actually an internet fakeazoid. But in fact, people who got in touch with us on Twitter said that they'd found this particular thing, and that although it's not quite perhaps what we were hoping it might be in our minds, it is actually true. Now that's all quite mysterious and a bit fuzzy, and I've kept it that way because I just don't want to spoil it for people.
Yeah, it's like people who loved San Andreas had loved all the tales of conspiracy, a lot of which were actually proved to be hokum. Things like ghost cars that would appear in the back of Beyond in GTA San Andreas, which were in fact like a car glitch, where cars would spawn on the top of a hill and roll down through natural physics. People were saying they were ghost cars driven by magical ghost drivers, which wasn't true. There was the Leatherface myth of a character who'd appear around the Panopticon, and again like a chainsaw wielding character, which is like Leatherface. Again, that was apparently linked to a character with a chainsaw who would appear in a mission. It was all a bit dubious whether it was real or it was people photoshopping images and comping them together. Certainly that's what Bigfoot came from. And again, the myth of UFOs in GTA San Andreas, which was kind of dismissed by Rockstar in an interview a bit later on, and Bigfoot certainly was, where Rockstar found, Terry Donovan had said that wasn't true. But I think Rockstar now know that's big and have deliberately seeded this stuff into the thread of the game. So there's going to be a big quest to find the darkest, deepest secrets of GTA.
Yeah, and there on that map there is... That's why I think everyone, including us, was really excited and wanted to make sure that it wasn't fake, because we've also bought into that mythology and stuff. I mean, in terms of Sasquatch, Dan, I floated a piece of speculation in the office the other day about that. I thought they probably would include Sasquatch in this game somewhere, but I wonder whether it's not in there at the moment, and whether they'll Trojan horse stealth it in under the guise of a update or something, like 2 to 3 months down the line, and then someone will find it and say, I finally found Sasquatch after 3 or 4 months of looking for it.
Yeah, right.
And then actually the truth is it was never there for the first 3 months.
But
it kind of generates that buzz and that kind of like people going, I must find Sasquatch, I must find Sasquatch.
I think this is something important to note. That at the moment, it feels like we're drowning in GTA 5. There's more to explore and to see than we could possibly fathom to do. There's more videos to watch that you can click on. There's there's not enough hours in the day to play it. All these things are true right now, but Rockstar aren't seeing GTA 5 as a one-off release. Cheerio, thank you, good night, we're going to sit on the money mountain. It really is a case of there's a commitment to, it could be a year's worth of things around GTA 5, and you've only got to look at what happened with GTA 4 to see a potential pattern where you see, and at that time they were exclusive episodes paid for by Microsoft, where it was, you got The Lost and Damned, you got The Ballad of Gay Tony. They both came out within a year. They were significant 10-hour plus content mission episodes. Yeah. Now, with the addition of GTA Online, which goes live in roughly 2 weeks at the start of October, Leslie Benzies told us, he said, we're looking to build the world. We've got lots of old content sitting and waiting to go. I would be staggered if within 6 months we aren't, as a team online, exploring Vice City. Or Liberty City, or playing a version of San Andreas Stories. All these things have to come down the pipe, and that's purely my speculation. I would just be really amazed if it didn't come true.
Okay, so what else? There's a few other things you wanted to one in particular you wanted to just mention that people had found.
Yeah, cute tweet. A guy tweeted me a picture which you can see on screen of GTA 5 Swipe at 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
which I thought was quite amusing. So you can see that there. It's also been variously reported. You can see Rockstar's version of Call of Duty within the game as a swipe, and of course that's kind of you can see in Jimmy's behaviour that he's clearly addicted to FPSs and socially excludes everything, just blanking himself out. I mean, the thing I like about GTA 5 is that nothing escapes its satirical, unflinching gaze. There's no sacred cows, just everyone gets it to the same level. Yeah. And we talked about this in the Verdict show, talking about when you visit the office of a sort of Google-style tech firm, there's some brilliant observations in there. Really, everybody gets it, and I just think it's so funny. And even if it's not like it's not the funniest piece of writing ever, it's relentless, and they're not pulling any punches with anybody.
Yeah. Lastly, on that, Dan, a few people have spotted something even stranger.
Yeah. Again, this is borderline spoilery, so maybe we'll just say there's a link on the screen. But in the game's prologue, which feels a bit on rails because you just want to follow what they're telling you and you're a bit bewildered by being in the GTA 5 world. But if you're naughty and you stray off base during the prologue, there is a reward to be had by heading off under the bridge as you're escaping. The link to that video should be on screen. You can find it on our main YouTube channel. Maybe you've seen it by now, but I won't say it.
Yeah.
But you definitely should try it. Go, before you turn off right to the bridge, in the final bit in the prologue, have a little look under the bridge because something is trapped under the ice.
Okay, so that's a sort of roundup of the first week of GTA 5. However, we've still got an important message, Dan.
Yeah, lots of important messages, as in we want you, and please help us to shape the future of GTA 5 o'clock and the CVG YouTube channel. We've launched just this last week, we've launched a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GTA o'clock. We've had 5,000 people sign up in the first few days, which is brilliant, and I'm really pleased about that. What we're doing is using that to share links from the YouTube channel, just random news from us, links to other sites and comments, so please let that there. We wanted a place where people could go on and talk to other GTA players, basically. Now, what we're hoping to use that for is the hub for GTA Online matches, because it's a bit of an easier medium than Twitter. But don't worry if you're not on Facebook. You don't have to do it. We'll still do Twitter and we'll still talk about it on the shows. It's just another avenue to stay in touch with other GTA 5 fans. It's also going to be a really good way to share your photos taken from within GTA 5. We've got some really exciting plans for photos and how we're going to do them and how you're going to make yourself, like, inverted commas, famous and hopefully win some really cool stuff from it. So more on that as it develops. Obviously, stay in touch on Twitter at GTA o'clock and share your links and stories. That's brilliant. That's where we're going to put links to all our new videos on the channel. Also, the videos will keep coming on the YouTube channel. Say Wednesday is still the Pillar Show, but we're going to be putting up content every day, 2 or 3 videos a day. You know, it's a lot to take in, particularly if you're playing it, but do go back and check on it, because once we've isolated out all the funny stuff we're doing, like the Easter egg and exploratory stuff, we will. Also, let us know what you want us to do. Like, if you want us to, tell you about a certain aspect of the game, we'll investigate it for you. For example, we're going to do a video that shows you how to make money quick through a particular aspect of the game. That might go up maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But lots and lots of cool stuff. Also, a huge thanks for the patience of everyone who signed up to be part of our social club crew. We had a few teething problems with the social club software in terms of accepting the invites. I believe the initial crew is full of like 300 people or whatever it is, but we're going to keep building out GTA 5 o'clock crews so everyone gets a go.
Yeah, for those people, I think that's important to say, because a lot of people have been in touch saying, I can't get in the crew, how do I get in the crew?
Yeah, and so we are going to build new crews, and again, we'll juggle those crews around. We'll give everyone a chance to play with us and laugh at us. We'll be setting challenges. We'll probably be taking on other big channels and other different things, all in the spirit of fun. Maybe we'll do some cooperative stuff. When online takes off, again, my brain starts to slightly spin at all the possibilities for it. It's so exciting. There's so much going on. It's amazing GTA 5 is delivered. So yeah, please, if you like the videos, please like them. Please subscribe. It really helps us out. Sorry to keep spamming that so hard. That's it, Tim. I'm out. I want to go and play GTA 5.
All right. Well, thank you very much to everyone out there for listening. Thank you for your support over the past 11 months. We're finally here. The game's out. You're playing it. Do let us know your thoughts. Like Dan says, please, please, please do keep in touch with us on Facebook, via Twitter. We prefer it, if possible, through those mediums because it becomes quite difficult to read comments under YouTube videos sometimes. So if you can get in touch with us via Facebook and Twitter, that makes us more likely to be able to read your message and respond to it. But please do use those forums to post your images, to post your experiences of the games, to chat with fellow GTA 5 o'clockers. Thank you again for all your support over the last 11 months. It's only going to get more exciting from here. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.